Welcome to my madness once again, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to be taking a look at the top 10 Marvel Legends of 2022. Now, this year has been a little bit controversial when it has come to Marvel Legends and Hasbro. I mean, just to name a few, we've had price hikes, reuse, and let's not even mention HasLabs. But despite it all, I've actually still been rather pleased with the Marvel Legends I've been able to add to my collection this year. So today, we're going to take a look at my personal favorite 10 Marvel Legends to come out this year in 2022. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and jump right in. And in at number 10 is the retro carded Apocalypse. Now, look, this is not the greatest sculpted or painted figure out there, but the one thing that this has that honestly a lot of figures don't have is the fact that you can get this Apocalypse, well, period. Because let's be honest here, when it comes to Apocalypse, basically all we've gotten is a couple of Build-A-Figures that are fantastic in their own right, but very difficult to find, and when you do find them, they're a little expensive. And this figure right here, even lacking in paint and sculpt, is still an amazing figure to add to your collection if you want to get Apocalypse into your X-Men display. And for that reason alone, I love this figure, not just for myself, because it looks good on my display, but because it works for so many people to finally get this guy where he belongs in your collection. And in at number 9, we have Moon Knight. MCU Moon Knight from the Disney Plus wave. And this is by far the best figure from that wave, hands down. Look, it has got an all-new and great sculpt, great paint, great details, good articulation. It's just a fantastic figure. And not only does it look good on your MCU shelf, but also can hold its own in a comic book display. And then there's always the fact that if you have a Star Wars Black Series Poe Dameron figure, you can throw that head onto this body and have yourself a really nice looking unmasked Moon Knight with an Oscar Isaac head sculpt, which is a great bonus feature of this figure. And in at number 8, we have the all-new Collector Wave Thor, sometimes known as Thor, Herald of Galactus, in a very good comic book-inspired cosmic look for the God of Thunder, with the blue glowing hammer, with the all-new sculpt, pinless joints, great hair, awesome paint, good articulation, everything across the board. This is a welcome addition to anybody's Cosmic or Thor shelf. He looks fantastic. Absolutely love this guy. Couldn't be happier to have him in my collection. And in at number 7, we have what is arguably the best Spider-Man figure we have ever gotten, going all the way back to Spider-Man Classics, and that is the Spider-Man from the Renew Your Vows 2-pack. He has everything you need and want for a comic book Spider-Man. Paint, sculpt, articulation, all on point here. Everything is basically perfect, and you really couldn't ask for anything more from a Spider-Man figure. It's just, again, perfect. And in at number 6, we have the phenomenal figure Knull. Now, full disclosure here, I never even read any of the storylines with Knull in them, but this figure does not require you to know anything about the character because it's just phenomenal. In fact, I could totally make the argument that this could be the best Marvel Legends to come out this year. It's not my personal favorite, but if it is yours, I completely get it. This dude is great. All new sculpt, He towers over your other Marvel Legends at over 8 inches tall. Face looks great. The armor, the red, the sword, everything about him is just awesome. And in at number 5, we have another figure that arguably could be the best Marvel Legends of the year, pretty much hands down. That, of course, is Bonebreaker from the Reavers. This dude is just cool. I mean, first of all, you've got all the great articulation you expect from Marvel Legends on the upper half. You got the gun, you got the sculpt, you got the paint, you got the buckles going across the chest, the mohawk, everything looks amazing. And then, of course, you get the tank body. You've got the gun off the front, the gas tanks at the back, the treads, everything, the big engine. Look, this thing's just really, really cool across the board. I mean, he looks phenomenal sitting on a display. And bonus, of course, is the fact that you can throw him up with some of your other Reavers, kit bashed or otherwise, and it looks absolutely amazing. Having him in a lineup with all the characters from the Reavers is just a no-brainer for any X-Men fan and something you absolutely have to have. And in at number 4, something I know I will get some grief for, but I don't care. Damn it, I just love this guy. It is Japanese Spider-Man. And look, I am a full-blown Spider-Man simp. I fully admit it, guys. But I gotta tell you, I did not think I would love this figure as much as I do. Once I got it out of the box, I fell in love with this little guy. He's awesome. I mean, the blue pops, the red pops, some people call it orange. I don't care. He's just cool. The mask, the way the suit fits with the wrinkles, it looks like a guy in a suit. It's just so cool, and maybe it's not for you. I get it, but damn it if I don't just absolutely love this figure. And in at number 3, we have the retro-carded Spidey armor. Look, I love Spider-Man, as I have said, but I remember back in the day when Web of Spider-Man number 100 with the foil cover came out, and we got our first glimpse of Spider-Man in armor, and it was glorious. Just like this figure is. He looks perfect. I mean, look at that armor and the way it shines. The black bodysuit, everything just looks phenomenal, just the way it did the first time I saw it in comic book form. They did such a great job on this. This is the way you do a Spider-Man in armor figure. Not that crappy new Iron Spider figure that came out. That thing's horrible. This thing is great. And in at number 2, we have the 20 years Captain America. And I know a lot of people complained about the shield on this guy with the holes in it for the effects, but putting that aside, this figure is damn near perfect. The colors pop, the paint is great, the articulation is on point, the scale mail, the straps for the shield. Man, the scales, everything on this is amazing. I mean, look at that head. That is the perfect representation of a comic book version of Steve Rogers' Captain America. There's just no denying this thing is great, and in my opinion, may very well be the best Captain America figure we've ever gotten in the Marvel Legends line. And before we get to our number 1, we've got to talk about our runners-up. So very quickly here, first up we do have the retro-carded Rhino. Now, he's not as good as the Build-A-Figure in my opinion, but again, just like with the Apocalypse, still a great option for people who want a Rhino in their collection and haven't been able to get a hold of the Build-A-Figure. Then, of course, we've got Hawkeye from the Disney Plus show. Hawkeye, it is, in my opinion, the best version of an MCU Hawkeye we have ever gotten. Then, of course, we've got a personal favorite of mine, the Bombastic Bagman. Just a fun figure. Yeah, It's a lot of reuse, but looks amazing and looks great personally on my Fantastic Four shelf. Then, of course, we've got what is arguably the best symbiote Spider-Man ever with the new retro carded symbiote Spider-Man. Then we got that followed up with the new zombie Scarlet Witch, and this may just be me because I'm a huge fan of zombies and Marvel, so Marvel Zombies is a win, but this thing just looks great. Really cool. Love the head sculpt. The hair is amazing. Just a fantastic figure. And then, of course, we've got the new Spider-Man Noir from the Into the Spider-Verse movie. Look, this may be in an animated style, but I don't care. It puts the last Spider-Man Noir we got to shame, and whether you display it with your other Into the Spider-Verse figures or just on your standard comic book shelf, doesn't matter. He is the perfect version of this character. And in at number 1, we have the Amazing Fantasy 15 Spider-Man. Damn it! This is the best Spider-Man figure I have in my collection, hands down. Hell, it is the best Spider-Man figure I have ever owned. The paint, the sculpt, the articulation, the fact that this actually looks more like Peter Parker and not some bodybuilder. This is just perfect as far as I'm concerned. And look, I know people complain about the toe articulation, to which I say, who cares? People say, oh, but it's black, it's not blue. I say, screw that, who cares? This is classic, original Peter Parker in his very first Steve Ditko style. This is a fantastic figure. This is, dare I say, an amazing figure. And by far, in my opinion, the best Marvel Legend of 2022. Well, that is it, guys. That is my top 10 of 2022. I would love to hear what you guys have to think in the comments section down below, so be sure to let me know your opinions and maybe even tell me what your favorite figure of the year was. So, as always, guys, thank you for watching, and always remember to enjoy your collection.